So my overall impression of CELTA has to be fantastic and a wonderful experience with my peers and tutors. And I gotta say, one thing I loved about course about CELTA was at first I was a little skeptical about it, but now since I'm finished with this course, I got to say no regrets from start to now, no regrets. My tutors were very supportive and helpful. My peers were helpful and supportive, and I liked how CELTA was providing me a lot of resources, and in terms of course unit and in terms of the resources like the materials I could use. And I got to say, I would say big props to my tutors for assisting and guiding me. I got to say, my teaching practice, right, has to be my most enjoyable moment because it sharpened my teaching skill from the beginning of the CELTA to the end of CELTA, as well how my tutors were very critical and analyzed my action points, and that made me work towards my action points and be more motivating to perform better in my next teaching practice. So I'll say that the teaching practice has to be one of the most enjoyable moments, especially having to engage with the students and expressing my new teaching skills and techniques from what I've learned in CELTA. The teaching practice, the guided lessons planning, and the feedback, of course, it was above my expectations. I did not expect such great support from my tutors and how the teaching practice was going to play out. So I got to say it was beyond my expectation. And I would say because one has to be my tutors. My tutors were very critical when analyzing my action points, and they made sure I target and achieve my action points in my next teaching practice. And another has to be in the beginning, one of my tutors presented a demonstration teaching practice, and that was very useful to get a clear idea of what was going on and how it's going to work. But I will say one thing was I wish when we moved to one level to another, for example, like upper intermediate to elementary or elementary to upper intermediate, it would be very much more appreciated if a tutor could have a demonstration for upper intermediate and a demonstration for elementary, because these are two different levels and having to quickly adjust to it was a bit intense and like tricky. So that was one thing I'll say, but besides that, everything was beyond my expectations, and I got to say it was fantastic, lovely. My advice to online CELTA candidates, right, would be if it's on intensive, then no doubt it's gonna be tricky and intensive. If you can manage your time and workload, then there's no issue. One would be my advices would be manage your time. Since it's online, you may procrastinate here and there. You have the freedom to do whatever you like since you're in your own house. So manage your time. And another would be your workload. Manage your workload. It's not gonna, don't wait to the last minute to do your work because it's not gonna work always. It's never gonna work. And another would be your tutor is gonna be very supportive. Just because it's an online CELTA or CELTA course doesn't mean that your tutors will not support you. No, your tutors will be very supportive and respond back to your emails as soon as possible. And lastly, I would say that this is an independent learning. So this will test your independency to see whether are you a very independent learner. So if you're a independent learner and can cope up, right, then this will be no issue for you. So I got to say that CELTA Online is the same as face-to-face CELTA course. No different. You get all the support you will receive from your tutors and the course units. Hope this will help.